In this episode, let's take a look at the Digital Photo DH04. It is a spring dual handle for gimbals. Single-handle gimbals, of course, are very popular for making smoother shots with your relatively small DSLR or mirrorless hybrid camera, and they can do a really nice job. However, one thing I've noticed over time is that a lot of times when you're walking with them and shooting, you're getting a little bit of the bounce or wag that you get from your walking steps. It smooths everything out for the most part, but those steps are still often visible. One trick you'll see a lot of YouTube and other creators use is they will shoot at a higher frame rate and then slow it down in post, so that all of those footsteps disappear. The problem with that, of course, is that it is slow motion. And sometimes you want slow motion, sometimes you don't. If you're not sure what I'm talking about and you'd like to see an example, go take a look at any of Peter McKinnon's gimbal reviews. You will see that he shoots them at a high frame rate, usually 60 or 120, I believe, and then slows them down to either 30 or 24, somewhere around there. Puts some really cool music behind them, and boom, it looks epic and amazing. That's cool if that's what you want, and that can be a very effective thing in your video and film projects. However, sometimes you actually need to record sound while you're shooting with a gimbal. That's where the DH04 from Digital Photo comes in. It is a dual spring handle that attaches to pretty much any single handle gimbal that has a handle between 2 and 5 centimeters in diameter. Digital Photo claims on the box that it can improve stability by 30%. Let's see what we get here. In my test here, I'm seeing less of the wag or the bounce from the steps in the shots with the dual handle versus those without the dual handle. We shot on a Panasonic GH5S with a Zhiyun Crane 2 gimbal, and the camera, of course, does not have an internal stabilizer. The lens, the 12 to 35 millimeter f2.8, does have an optical image stabilization, which was turned on in both tests just to be consistent. So for my test, it looks like that 30% improvement in stability seems pretty spot on. It may even be better than that. So I'm really seeing some benefits here. Let's take a closer look at the dual spring handle. First of all, in terms of build, it's made mostly of ABS plastic. I'm not sure how durable it will be over time, but it worked fine for me over the past 3 weeks. It comes with 3 sets of springs to fine-tune for various payload weights, that is the gimbal and the camera, and that ranges from 0.9 to 4.5 kilograms, which is roughly 2 to 10 pounds. It does have a 1/4-20 tap on one of the handle for mounting accessories like a microphone or monitor. If you want to get some of those low shots, you can actually invert the gimbal, but you do have to actually take the dual handle off. It does include 4 screws, so you have to loosen all those, turn it upside down, reattach it, and tighten them back down. So it does take a little bit of time. Now, the way to attach this to your gimbal is you have this hole. It is rubber lined on the inside, and there are 4 screws that hold things in place. What I found was that there's just barely enough room to accommodate the Zhiyun Crane 2, which is admittedly one of the larger diameter handles out there. The price comes in at $99 US at the time of this review, and what I found overall is that this is actually a pretty nice thing to consider if you are working with one of the smaller one-handle gimbals and you're looking for a way to shoot kind of at a normal speed and record audio or not have to slow it down in post, and you want to smooth out those walking steps a little bit. This works pretty nicely. I'll have to get back with you in time to see how well it holds up. So I hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave those down below. If you've not already subscribed, make sure you do that. And we'll be sure to get you more great videos on how to improve your lighting and sound for video. Talk to you soon.